The question that's always asked is, when should I put my home on the market? And the answer kind of is, it depends on your situation. Welcome to Breakfast with Bev this morning. I'm Bev Curtis here at Bev & Co. at Hauser Brokers Realty.
And I'm Cheryl Mappin.
And we're here to talk about the pros and cons of listing your home in the winter market. So I think the first thing that you kind of have to determine is timing for what your situation is. Some people have no choice as far as when they put their home on the market. It could be a sudden job transfer. They have to upsize or downsize quickly depending on their financial situation. The one thing to keep in mind is real estate is all year round. Homes do sell all year round. However, there are certain times in the market where maybe it's better than others, and that typically is the spring market. With that being said, if you put your home on the market in the fall and the winter, it typically means if a buyer's looking, they're serious. Because normally most people think that spring and early summer, right before when school gets back in session, is kind of the peak time, in which it is. But if somebody's looking in the fall and the winter, they're more than likely needing to buy a home, and they're very serious about getting that done. The other option to think about with this is less competition, because in the spring, that's when all the inventory typically loads up. And I say typically because each year is a little different. And this year is going to be unique with that as well due to the election year, because you're going to see where the market is starting earlier, which it already has, but the time period is going to be compressed because we have the election coming up, and then you've always kind of got that cutoff, that kind of fine line in the sand with the starting of school too. Right now, and actually if you listed in the fall and winter, you would find that there's less competition, there's fewer homes on the market. So for the serious buyers out there looking, it's a little bit harder right now to find what you're looking for. I know I've got several buyers that are in that situation right now where we're out there searching, we just haven't found the right property yet. And I definitely told them, I know more inventory is going to come on. It's just a matter of being patient, and we're still sitting in mid-January. So if the weather holds out, inventory should come on week by week. And we're certainly seeing more showing activity as well to go along with that. The other thing is people search all year long when they're online, and they're saving their favorites. And so maybe you're thinking, gosh, nobody's looking at me. I'm not getting the showing activity. Right now, they're probably looking at you. They're probably saving you, as far as their favorites, but they're probably just not quite ready to pull the trigger and physically go look at the properties. Because you have to remember, years ago when the internet came out, it changed the world of real estate, because now people do not have to physically go to the home. They're shopping you online.
There's a lot fewer showings now than 10 years ago.
And that's why every showing counts, because if you do make the cut to get a physical showing at the property, that person more than likely has already done their homework. They've already researched you. They've already looked at you online multiple times. They've gone online to the assessor. They've pulled all the data. They know just as much about your home probably as you do. And so every showing counts. And so that's where the preparation and the showability of your home for every showing matters, because if you lose a buyer at the actual showing, more than likely they're probably not going to come back to you again.
Well, and so we hear often that I don't want to put my house on, it's going to be snowy, there's